Hey Mikey, what are you doing?
Just studying at Harvard Medical School.
Oh, okay. Hello and welcome to Balance for Life. I'm Nate.
I'm Mikey.
We're here to help you
Improve your balance.
So today we have a special report. This is from the Harvard Medical School. Better balance, simple exercise to improve stability and prevent falls. So we're going to show you some of this curriculum, and all you're going to need is a clear space. Grab yourself a blanket or something because we're going to go down on your hands and knees today. So should we get warmed up?
Yeah, so always nice to get moving, before we do any of these. You just start by doing a little standing march here. Getting those knees going. Use your opposite arm, opposite leg. You can do arm circles if you want, but just get nice and loose. We're going to get into a few on the ground sort of plank poses, bird dog as we call it. And really this is all about strengthening your core, keeping your muscles stabilized, help you twist, shift, and balance your weight there. So you can do a little bit of a twist with it. So as the knees come up, your arms are going side to side.
It feels really nice on the lower back. So if you've been sitting for a while, if you're feeling stiff, now this video doesn't work if you just sit and watch us. So if you haven't already, come on, get up and let's get moving.
Nice. And so I always like to just do a little bit of shoulder circles, looking up, arching your back backwards a little bit. So much we're looking down, looking forward. Your shoulders sort of shrunk forward, sort of open those up. Imagine you're putting your shoulders into your opposite pocket. So it's up, back, down, and across.
I've noticed some people, their arms start looking like earrings, like they're hanging off of their head. So this is one way you can get rid of those earrings coming off of your neck, alright? Yeah, get the shoulders back.
Opposite and come forward. Nice. Now we're just going to move down to the waist a little bit, alright? Just full range of motion there, side to side. Notice if you're tight in the hamstring, quadriceps, hip flexors, groin. Just kind of going through that whole range of motion. For balance, it's really important to be able to shift our weight, and that comes a lot through the hips. So getting those nice and loose can really make balancing easier.
It's fun on these weight circles to try different angles, like opening your toes more out or more in, and also the distance between your feet. And the last thing is keeping your knees either bent or straight. So all these factors kind of work together in your hip circles. Yeah.
Easy one to do at the bus stop or getting up in the morning.
Yep. Yeah, if you find a real sticky spot, just stay with it too. Just wait for it to open.
Yeah, my hamstrings and hip flexors are really sore today. I feel it.
Yep.
And shake it out a little bit. Shaking really helps get the blood flowing, loosen up any of the inflammation, scar tissue, get that circulation moving smoothly. Shake out your hands.
Yeah, we're going to do some work on your hands and knees, so it's really important to get the wrists also.
Circles. You can do ankle circles at the same time if you want to multitask. The direction.
It's fun to do one in and one out. It's a little brain teaser.
That's good, yeah.
Wow, you're adding your foot too?
Just a little
God.
dance in the morning. Whatever you can do just to feel better. It's so important just to notice your body, notice any aches and pains, and just give it a little time and attention because it'll get better. You just have to water it a little bit.
Yeah, get the motion is the lotion. Get that lubrication in your joints. All right, so let's come down to the floor. And I really recommend using a blanket for the knees if you have any knee pain. You can also use like volleyball knee pads, or if you have a carpet and your knees are comfortable, maybe you don't need it.
Yeah, and my knees are actually okay right here, but sometimes the wrists get sore too, so this can kind of take the pressure off that a little bit. So I'm actually going to use it for my wrists more than my knees.
Yeah, and that's a good point. So if there's pain in the wrist, if the fingers go past it, it reduces the angle of pressure on the wrist. So that's one tip there. For the wrist. So why don't you just go through a couple of cat-cows and show us how it's done. So this is a good warm-up before the bird dog where you're going to be using a little bit more strength. So focusing on just rounding and broadening the upper back, tucking in the tailbone, then the opposite, the tailbone untucks, and so your whole spine is moving in these opposite directions. So a couple of times. If you want to add the breathing, you exhale on the cat, and then inhale here on the cow. Nice. All right, so now for the bird dog, the core, I suggest to start with just the leg. So just take one leg and extend it back and forth. Yeah, make sure you got enough room. Nice. And it's really important kind of keeping the hips stable, thinking about you got like a glass of water sitting here on your sacrum, and so it's really stable. Now if you want to add the other hand, so if your left leg is going, it's your right hand. If it's your right leg, it'll be your left hand. So the opposite handed leg, just smooth and steady about 5 to 10 times, and really keep the integrity, keep the whole body working together. Nice and steady. So you learned this at Harvard Medical School, is that right?
Yeah, right in the beginning of the book there. A lot of good exercises.
Yeah. So this is their special report. So now whenever you're ready, I think you could switch here. So another 5 to 10 on the other side. And yeah, this book is really powerful. It has a lot of yoga in here, a lot of good recommendations for keeping your balance. So it shows you pictures and stuff. So if you want to pick up the book to go along with it, we've got a link there. You can find it. So nice and steady. How's that feeling?
That's good.
Great. All right. So that's the first one. So next, we're going to do the bridge. So you'll flip around onto your back. And so you want to line up your main joints here. So your feet, your knees, your hips, and shoulders. And the hands press down next to you on the floor. And you kind of engage them a little bit. And just up and down, raise your hips, down and up. Just nice and smooth, about 10 times or so here. So what the Harvard Medical School Special Health Report says, 3 exercises to improve core strength, having strong abdominal, back, pelvic, and buttock muscles, what's known as your core, helps you to maintain good posture and as a result improves your balance. Pilates and yoga routines can strengthen your core, as can the 3 moves shown here, which can add to the balance routines you select. So later we're going to be showing you the other routines, so make sure to check back. This is part of a whole series here. So this is especially for the butt muscles and the lower back. Really important to keep strong and firm. So make sure you're not having any pain, of course. If there's any sharp pains, just take a break. How's that feeling?
That's good, yeah.
Nice. All right, next one, you're going to roll over to your hands and knees. And this is a plank, and there's several different versions of this too. So traditional version here, you can do the forearms, and notice how he's got nice form here. It's about the same height from shoulder to hip. So some things you want to avoid is raising your back really high. Okay, try not to do that. And also try not to sag down either. So you keep a real firm integrity, kind of like a plank, right? All the way through here. Now, if you're really having a hard time, it's okay to take breaks. You can bend the knees and take some pressure off, and that'll still give you the strength and a little bit of work that's needed through your back body here. So just aim for about 30 seconds or so. Keep breathing also. Sometimes when you're exerting yourself, you might hold your breath. All right, that's good enough. Take a break. And now if you need to, move around, if you find any sore spots, just shake it out. All right, one more round.
Yeah, so good to go through things, a couple of times. This time you can keep doing the same version you did last time, nice and simple. But then we're going to take you through a few extra movements you can do to challenge yourself.
Yeah, good. So let's go through the bird dog one more time. And so just like that, adding the opposite hand, opposite leg. Nice. And so you want to make sure you're not feeling any sharp pains anywhere.
You can add a pause for any of these. Any exercise you do when you pause and slow it down is really going to help those muscles just fire a few extra times, get a little more tired between each rep. All right, and that'll go a long way to keeping your endurance up with these muscles when you're using them.
Yeah, so holding it a little longer. Exactly, that's really important. You can feel your muscles trembling a little bit as they fatigue. That's also how you're building strength. Nice.
Yeah, one more. Hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and switch.
Nice. So this also says if you are not very active, even research shows that even people who've been sedentary, so if you've been couch potato for a while and you're just starting out, you can still dramatically improve strength and balance through exercise regardless of your age. So it really doesn't matter how long you've been sedentary, as soon as you start, you're going to start seeing improvements.
Slow it down, start to hold pauses in here. And it's true with any of these, man, you might be exhausted by now, but try it again, in a couple of days and you'll see big improvements. The body really likes to respond to the stress you put on it.
Yep.
Right? So just a little bit throughout the day, throughout the week, and you'll start to notice pretty drastic changes just by getting it going. Your body's ready to change and adapt. You just have to give it that little stimulus. All right, and you've got to have the motivation. So figure out your motivation a little bit every day, and you'll be on the right path.
That's it. All right. So next one,
Bridge.
Back to the bridge. Yep.
And so this one, so we've been going up like this. So now just keep your hips up. If you can walk your shoulder blades in a little bit, bring those there. All right, and then just move one leg at a time. Okay, we call these bug stompers. You're sort of stomping on the bug, and so by keeping your hips level and stable while moving your lower legs, you're really helping to distinguish which muscle groups you're using. So keeping your core tight and strong while you're using your legs. Really powerful for hiking, sort of unexpected movements. Keeping your balance in line, and then being able to separately move your legs to keep you going.
Yeah. And take breaks if you need to, okay? So this might take a little while to work up to. If you've just got off the couch for the last 5 years and you're just starting off, take it slow.
Ooh, yeah.
Nice. Yeah, little circles. So in between also, little rolls and circles can feel really nice. All right, and we got one more for you.
Back to the planks. So similar to the last modification. So instead of just holding it, you can just try to raise one leg at a time. It doesn't have to be high. Just offloading one foot slowly and raising the other foot up slowly. It's easier, you can start to go higher. If you want a quad stretch, you can even kick back. But just holding this can be really challenging, so take a break, come back to it, down to your knees if you want, and then into a nice child's pose.
Perfect.
Stretch it out.
Yeah, and for child's pose, there's a few versions too. If you want to bring your knees wider apart, sometimes that's easier. And also, if you have a hard time getting your head down to the floor, you can put a blanket or a cushion under your head, and that way the back of your neck can relax. So if your head's kind of hanging, try to prop it up. Even your hands can work there. Nice job. So you've earned a couple of slow breaths here, nice and relaxed. Let that lower back and those hips stretch out. Child's pose is really important to focus in on your breathing here. Take some slow, conscious breaths.
Alright, when you're ready, slowly inhale, you start to come up. You can stay seated for a little. Sometimes that positional change, going from laying to sitting to standing, important to take your time so you don't get dizzy.
Yeah, transition slowly. Nice work, so that's it for today. And now you can join us for the next class in the series. We're going to keep going through this special report, showing you what's in here, showing you how you can improve your balance, and some of the science and the research behind it. Alright, so nice job, and go ahead and share this with a friend if you know somebody who could really benefit, right?
Yeah, that's really important. We're out here to prevent falls, and we can help improve balance and make everyone's lives a little better, but we really want to spread this. So share these videos, take this information, find a workout buddy, find what motivates you, and just start to make these little changes in our everyday lives, and we'll be able to keep getting the most out of our everyday lives.
That's right. yeah, we want to keep you active, and so we're going to keep showing up. Hope that you will as well. So go ahead and also subscribe if you want to see the next video in this series, and ring the bell so you get the notifications. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Nate.
I'm Mikey.
And until next time,
Stay balanced, my friends.